Wait, wait.
I'm bored. I'm waiting for the bus to get here. I'm heading towards my apartment. I'm gonna let you go, please. I don't have money. And I don't have electricity in my apartment. You can decapitate Benjamin's fathers and sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of my received money. I think their names are Albert, Leach, Basura, Querosidad, que tipo tan puerco fue. My toilet, I stopped using as a toddler when I was 2. Apparently I had a human toilet and full. What else? What else? And it's mad at me. It's trying to kill me. And it was so happy that it's on his husband material wants to kill me. Even though he doesn't like me. Oh. Speaking of that, you tell me all the things seconds ago. Era un cuadro asqueroso. I don't want him in my life. I wish you love he was like that. What else? However, he has no rights to steal my money and get in the way of my happiness. Ever. He's trying to kill me. I can go to jail for a reason. What else? I shop H&M today that I'm getting. We can decapitate Benjamin sons that rape me, steal my money, get in the way of my money, fill my homes with riches. They don't steal my vehicles. I think they still have some home. So I think my dad had a home built for me where I can be polyamorous, so I can figure out how to found them in. That happened too decades ago. They're like, the homes for you to have babies already. I'm like, I'm not ready to have babies. They go just get it or two. Like, all the homes are in. They, I don't know how to explain it. They love to play parties with my presents. So they go on like building everything, but they don't provide self-care for me to have a like God and pregnant. They think that food is just enough and by me. Someone else, my dad taught me how to read. My mom says that, so it's culpa de no mía. Like, dude, I need a lot of self-care. I can even like get pregnant or so many trips by myself before I even get pregnant. What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. What else? I'm so bored. So supposedly they went on to move themselves in with other people, and they rotate on who is the female beach that pretends to be me. Okay, I wasn't everybody. They bully me, they rape me, all that. So you can't believe me, this is fine. What is that beach gonna do into my bedroom if my baby is here with me alone in bed? Is he just gonna barge into my home and make my baby too? In the meantime, he's walking around as a very big too at 14 then. Then I waited and the daycare looked at la verla y la viola. He's very dangerous. He thinks one thinks that what he wants he gets, and it's always the wrong thing. They're disgusting. They have females and males that become worshippers of my vagina. I was like, well, will he rape them at 2 or 14? And they're spectators of my life and his, trying to see, and then they call themselves his wives and husbands. Even the cop David Holmes on his son's out right now, so my money getting low in her savings. This is gifting me money today. It's AR Buscon, Buscon Design. And obviously it's coming straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY, our entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/best/Arlene-Lorenzo. What else? Orthography, rotating county 300 Main, the Arts Residences, the Tonstead Hotel, the Floodgate, 7600 Broadway maybe, or somewhere near the Dominion, or did I really say what else? Have you heard of those niches like David Ledesma that supposed to already have a house and everything that they need, and they listen to one and they're like, they roll their eyes, they're like, oh, she wants a home in that place, como si él fuera a vivir en ella, que tipo de cosa. His parents are very polite. I met them when I was a kid. Beautiful couple-ish. Very polyamorous, so I've heard. What else? I don't know where he gets it from.
Approaching Zarzamora and Guadalupe.
What else? I'm so what else? Zero, but we're watching Zero like this, folks. McDonald's today. There's 68. Oh, that's not where I'm headed to. It's like the library. Oh, but it's not. A while, possibly. Oh no, I'm like far away from what's on my. Thank you. I have starvation today, or met my calorie intake for the day, and I'm not pleased with what I ate. Oh, and this has nothing to do with dating a man that would treat me like that, because if not, I'd be like, baby, let's have lunch today, okay? What are we doing tomorrow? If it's an adventure, it's the same thing with eating Kilani, a Planet box today for lunch. Tomorrow you're eating pizza from the cafeteria. But I don't say it that way. But in my head, I'm like, sorry if it feels like punishment, but I need a break from all this fresh food. They're very polyamorous. People say one day one brings them McDonald's to lunch and sits with them at the table.
For adults and persons with
Other people understand polyamory from the perspective of polyamory that is typically translated into food choices too. Like some days it's ragu, and then it's prego for real with me. What is that for daily whatever? Otro día es homemade. It just depends on the time that I have for the day. Because in my head, I'm always like a different man, even though I'm not. So I set my day to be very different, even though I carry the same routine. For the most part, some days. Depends on my shopping trips. A lot of it, or if I visit the post office. What else? It's virtually ragu, prego, HEB. HEB has a really good one. The canned one from the Monte Sundays. When I'm very rich, and I'm like, it used to be for a while like one of the cheapest one. Way under $1 sometimes. I literally stopped breathing. Shopping with food stamps. And no money for self-care for getting the cheaper one. I've heard. What else? I'm bored. I'm so bored. I'm bored. I wish I was Sony Beauty Supply. I don't shop at the Beauty Mart.
Zamora and Commerce.
Or HEB. My food stamps get deposited into this. I want to have a bus pass though. Money, so the HEB possibly what South Florida's maybe. Thank you. Get one ride free if I can, and then one ride back. Wait, where am I headed to? To Couch. Let's see. What else? So I'll head over to HEB. Oh, I can bring my painting supplies. And head over to the library. Both of them. Central and bibliothèque. Okay, bibliothèque closes at 8. If I still haven't had money to pay my electricity, don't forget Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo is so much better than me that I don't have electricity. That's how good that pussy is. She wants to imply to people. La tipa es una puerca. Si eso fuera arrastrándose por pena y vagina, y está Arlene Lorenzo bajo una basura, gente. Es una asquerosidad. Electricity has nothing to do with sex. Ella los coge de rehén. Ella los pone a ellos begging for food through the screen. I witnessed that one day. El Alex ese. Literally, she's like, look at what I do. lleva sin comer unos días y le enseño una foto atrás de la computadora de comida y esa niña se quiere comer así, tratando de agarrar lo que hay en la foto. Y yo lamen the screen. Si ven una foto de una vagina, esa tipa es una puerca, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. That steals my money, stays in my home without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money. She's trying to rape, dating, getting money. She's so disgusting. They're so undesirable that they take people hostage for real. They're terrorists, so that's why they get funded. That's very known to the police. They're scary. What else? 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 I gotta work out tomorrow, honey. What else? 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 You can decapitate me, how many sons and sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They steal my homes, they hire leeches to pretend to be interior designers, and they're like, oh, Arlene's always so busy. Arlene's always so busy. Arlene's always so busy. Let's design a home. And then they rape the leech there, or get raped by the leech there. That's disgusting. They're like, Arlene couldn't make it. So let's invite people, invite some friends. They're sex addicts. They think that being a man is having sex every day. And then bragging about it. Porque bruto. Con cojones. And then he brags about all the rape that he does. Y bruto. Con cojones. I'm gonna say the Mario today. In the meantime, when I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people I do careers. Una mis tetitas, una mis nalguitas, una mis botitas. Para empezar, digo, what else? There were 25 of them on my first night off. What else? 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 I plan to start here, and there's so many people who moved here because of me. Not literally because of me, but because they may have been unhappy in another place and want to be found by Andrew and get killed. Porque is rape, is that his name? Thousands of people already in 30 years. Oof. So they're like, time to switch homes and then where he can possibly find us. But maybe he could, but we're like, oh my God, some people are like, well, let's move to where he wouldn't ever visit. Or say, we have an auntie, but you can't lie to those because then they kill. So you can't tell him that your grandma is sick and you're taking care of her. You don't have a grandma. They're psycho. Ew. So some people may have been killed by him if they told him, I moved near my aunt to take care of her. Sorry. Or they're like, no, we're like, oh, yeah, we'll see you, but it'll make less. We're always moving now. The kids are grown. Whatever, guys. We thought we were gonna have a beautiful home, live all together. Now it's like, well, how's the high end, the Mario? Yeah, la quinta. Yeah, Dad called me, and he's at the gate alone. No one has heard of the answer guy. No one has heard of the answer guy. Now that we all live separate, it's not like, hey guys, let's hang out and fuck all of you and me. So we tried vacationing once together. He's like, hey! I'm like, how does he know that we're all together? So we're like, ugh. Let's take at least a vacation together, and maybe he'll show up. Hopefully he'll be dead, so that we can all go back to living together. What? What else? You can decapitate my homie and sort of sense that right? Me sell my money, get in the way of save money. I want to put gas in that gas station. I need a vehicle. So I have a driver's license and it takes like this is like 2042. What was Marian doing all these 44 years of my life trying to keep me apart from that day? So I saw it at the library the other day. I'm like, oh, there he is. I'm just charging my phone. As soon as the library opens, I'm heading back to charging my phone. I don't know where he went because he's possibly busy or he's taking appointments. My second cousin I haven't talked to in decades, fool. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Yo no quiero nearly ever. Ew. My sibling tries to kill me, steals from his things in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicle so I don't run into the people that she rapes. Ew, she's a sex addict. They're disgusting. They are disgusting. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Maria Lorenzo. That's went on to lose my virginity for me with Benjamin Suarez sons that I love. You can decapitate Adi Lorenzo Chaparro that went on to lose my virginity for me with Benjamin Suarez sons that I love. What else? What else? I'm bored, so I don't know what they were trying to prevent. If I ran into him, ni que yo andara con la tota expuesta. En mi like, nene, cuando yo te vea, aquí estoy. Oh, pero esas son ellas, que dan un asco. So now they have that camera, they get that footage tonight because they suck dick or whoever has access to that. And then like, uy, mira toda la gente. Pero it doesn't matter, gente, it doesn't matter. Porque I don't care what people think about me anyways, quite literally. Ew. Pero this is better than being, like, how would I explain this in court if I'm seeking the death penalty for them? Like, would I have to stand at the podium and be like, ellos caminan así? I wouldn't have that movement, that freedom. So my daddy said to me decades ago that possibly just with live video, they'll all go to hell for raping me, stealing from me, and getting away with receiving money, stealing my homes and stealing my vehicles. But that's a possibility. That's not a problem. So people are like, you know how there's some lawyers and judges that are like, I just want to speak out. And it's always like my day off, but it's never my day off. It's called an Interpol agent too that doesn't wear a uniform. People undercover So for most part, I'm sure a lot of people are like, there she is, like CNN reporting. And she brought her own camera. What else? What else? And do I get praises into the quality of what I select the Samsung over iPhone because I can't afford an iPhone is excellent at the price point that I bought it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate. Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They're disgusting. They're minoritos. Full of barely they were my toilet up until I was 2 years old, some of them. Quite literally, I've never heard of a human toilet. What else? 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 Oh, I think I remember Jolanda saying to one of them, "You don't have to be your toilet anymore, stop being your shit." So I don't ever see him. I believe in quality. They're beautiful to me. They're beautiful. Externally, they want to kill me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I never worked out and I don't want to. What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people I dream from here. That leaches with who he wants to be with. And it isn't me ever. What else? 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 One of them even proposed to me, but that was like half-assed. He doesn't make any effort, rapes me, and then he's like, I'm like, you don't anyway, the mother. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ew, I'm not gonna like be his recovery program from his bad choices, bad self-esteem y estar con leches que literalmente son como si tuvieran una esquina en droga and be like, nene, por el culo y cuánto me paga. Eso es lo que él busca. Uy, voy a fall down to eso es lo que él busca. Y ese cree que la está salvando toda. And even the police is like, dude, you can't even fool us. You're taking advantage of people that are possibly trying to recover themselves too. And you put them in a worse situation. What else? 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 I'm bored. I don't ever want it near me. In the meantime, I'm going to shop at HEB and earn money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. When does the bus get here? When does the bus get here? 0 people are watching, 0 like this post. Anyways, they're tipo son brutal. He wants to cry. He was so abused when he was 3. His actions as an adult is what matters. So I went to get the death penalty ASAP. What else? What else? What else? He's trying to facilitate people raping me. He's disgusting. That guy doesn't take that. He said, "But you have to need to know it. Don't say to me, Joanna." tipo un puerco. I didn't even remember his name, honestly, with all. But then I maybe when I saw him. What else? What else? You can decapitate me. How many sodas are that right? You can steal my money and get annoyed. You can decapitate them. You can decapitate you. You can decapitate them. So it's very great me with both. Or one with them. With at least one of them. He showed up to my parents' home with Joanna Vargas and said it was her idea. After he stole my money to date him. That. It's like, dude, ew. Qué asco. You steal my money and you're proposing a wedding for me. Y lo que quiere es verme llorar como si me enamorara de él y él no me quiere. Qué asco. So Joanna said, I know that you don't like me. Ella es una sex addict asquerosa. Full. I know that you don't like me, pero si quiere. Ew. Qué gente tan puerca, qué asquerosidad es eso. Ew, Nayeli tan fea. Is the rape baby, qué asco. Ew. I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. I need a loofah. ASAP, one for my face, one for my body. I purposely missed behind the scenes him comparing my skin to Jaden's and Kaylani's. El tipo es un puerco. He starves one to belittle one para que una se mate. Y da un asco. Cuando yo digo que da un asco, que da un asco. Son peor que el excremento. What else? Apparently maybe they don't want to live porque una dice, I've heard this before. That's like a turtle who doesn't know where to put it. It's like in my mouth. What else? He acquires groupies of my vagina. Haters, does he go on and say, do you know that she made me be her toilet when she was little? And they're like, oh, she's terrible! OMG, I'm gonna marry all my friends. It's like, please just get naked, all of you, while you do that, okay? Please be my therapist. Please be my therapist. Get on it, you start touching each other. I don't care if you don't like each other. Start touching each other. Didn't I tell you that she turned me into her toilet as a toddler? And you, instead of just ignoring her or being, you went on like, poor me. When I just said she did, I didn't go on and cry and say, poor me. So I heard that he kills them. What else? I've heard that he kills them. What else? I'm so bored. Woo. What else? I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally play my husband. I want a vehicle today so I can put gas in there. I'm going to buy a vehicle for myself tomorrow. Have you heard him? He's like, my wife, Marilyn. Say a wife, ew. Ellos se creen, porque they do by stages. she sends you nudes or pictures in lingerie, at least that's a wife. They're talking to un bruto. Es un bruto. So he's like, nosotros estamos en San Antonio, María y yo cogidos de mano, y María empieza, haciéndose pasar por el link cuando el link está sufriendo y tenga hambre y no tenga dinero por no casarse conmigo, no salvarme de este incordio, Marilyn. Anyways, my wife and I are holding hands in San Antonio, and she starts mocking her and like, so they're that dumb. I've heard it. They're like, that's my wife. People are like, you have nothing common. Then sends me pictures in lingerie. People say that if it sends me pictures in lingerie, it's a wife. Ew, 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 ew. And for 20, 30 years, they talk about me every day. Like, alguien tiene que estar llorando que Arlene no se casó con ella y está en San Antonio con Marilyn burlándose de ella. It's like, that's their way of life. That's not a lifestyle. Yo posiblemente estaba en Target queriendo ese nail polish. OP possibly some Burt's Bees for my lips. What was I doing alone? So happy. I got possibly a frappuccino, but I didn't. But there was a Starbucks there. There was a coffee shop at Barnes and Nobles. That sometimes I'm so upset. Wasn't it one time Starbucks in it? And then they changed. Or that's just me. There's like Starbucks at Barnes. Never mind. Okay, whatever. I'll be your brand. I'll take a hot chocolate. Seriously, I'll just take out chocolate and get trust you. You're a fucking book fan. How is your coffee? Like pages. I'm cooking. I can see what flavors you have. I think I got over it like way before I got pregnant with dating in line. Like I was just expecting Starbucks. No, book page or very old book page. Flavored. I've had coffee there during the holidays in Utah. Most definitely while living in Layton. I was like a few minutes away. I'm heading over to get coffee. It's snowing outside. Very dangerous road conditions. So like this is my time to get myself a coffee somewhere and shiver. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. So la Lish, que le gusta saber todo de mi vida, is possibly listening in and be like, what the fuck? We spent like 30 years mocking her. Y ella no piensa en nosotros, ni en nosotros. They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. When does the bus get here? And I was there and there were like 5 other males there, or 4. What else? And my sister walked in, literally tried to get ahead of everyone in line to possibly, I don't know, she waited her turn. She threw the money through the counter almost. I don't know if she had like exact change, a little bit over, a little bit less. Pero un asco. interno, and people were laughing. Wilson Lorenzo started to be decades ago. Tú la viste. Ella se hace like, oh, when Elizabeth of Manhurst, gente. Y es una basura que ya como es death penalty worthy, todo es un faux pas lo que ella hace. For real, for real, for real. No puso ni el dinero delicadamente en el counter. Oh, seriously, I'm like, oh, do they say that? They're like, nena, yo voy de aquí a comprar pan, pero yo iba a hacerme un sándwich. Porque I saw her walk in and I'm like, the other 5 people, I'm looking at them like, who is gonna kill her like right now? Me or you? They're possibly with more motive than I. Oh, that one looks for like who has more motives at the moment porque I'm so upset. I'm so upset. So I'm like looking at people, but no one says anything, just sporadically, and they're possibly like, no, yo voy de aquí a hacerme un sándwich, o este pan es para el vecino, I'm busy. I don't know where I was headed to. I most likely had plans soon. That's why I'm like, estoy muy ocupada, someone. This is like the perfect opportunity de que no se puede escapar. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? La tipa un asco. She steals my money, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money. She said to me decades ago that because I don't let her rape me, that she rapes my crushes that are worth pursuing because they're men. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Y esos tipos se babean por ella. Una que no. Ew, that Catholic marriage, gente. I'm like, nene, no, tú eres una. Ew. I'm no rehabilitation clinic on la iglesia católica. Just possibly looking for her to kill me. Like, they have church stuff. Provide a knife. What else? That was decades ago. I only bring it up because I'm seeking the death penalty for Arlene Lorenzo. And I'm seeking the death penalty for my Armenian sons that raped me, that steal my money, and get in the way of mercy. I want to eat there. What else? And I want to put gas there. Or my vehicle. I want a vehicle. In the meantime, el Albert es asqueroso. Es like, en mi Maserati all downtown con Marilyn el carro. Ella, dan un asco. They're looking for people to take hostage to rape. Ew, they're so embarrassing. They think they're popular. They think they're important. Stealing from people. They're nobodies. Ew. Un asco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Y la gente es tan bruta de wow, por ahí va en aguada, en una corbeta con Marilyn. La corbeta le pertenece a Arlene. Maybe I'm next en la corbeta, maybe I'm next. Oh. Ew, the rape culture is so gross. Dios, la gente es un asco. ¿Cómo pone más que una hueá?
Approaching the elevators.
must have the jewelry as well today. What else? You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money. There's some necessity. You can decapitate me, having total citizens descent. That rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money.
Approaching 1,000 meters.
There's never been any story of like I used to be her human toilet. No, I asked her they just me. Apparently. And I'm not seeking a date. I just said, no, dude, like I don't have sex like that. Like I want to wait for like the right person to take me out on a date, or if it's a random, I need like to be very much well taken care of. And all you do is like bully me and destroy my hair unless you're sort of. What else? Apparently, this 2025 and my human toilet from when I was a topless. Oh, and I don't even tell that to Jenny Lonnie. I don't think I ever will. That's not something that I would have imposed onto anyone. Ever. I can't remember truly if it happened. So I would never bring that up to Jenny Lonnie. What else? I'm bored. What else? Is there a low behavior that matters? Seeking the death penalty for paying how many citizens that rape me, that's stealing money and gives away person. Anyways, is there a low behavior that counts? Or like how they get in the way of receiving money, they steal my vehicles, they get in the way of my vagina. They
Older adults and persons with a disability who require special accommodations may exit through the front door.
What else? That has to be really soft and waste of time if you did have a crush on me. And you never pursued that.
Get early care.
We went on
Don't
to find
chase the
people to
bus.
pretend to.
Yeah, no, they have people cuidado.
There's like a whole lot of people that are so dumb, so big with jobs. They're like, I'll be your best friend. I'll be that person. Their hairs. What else? You can burn largest and you don't do this. You can decapit your sons that rape me is the only money you can get in the way. You have to say Jennifer Marivas. You have to say what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What you can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo saberlo. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo saberlo. You can decapitate Diego Lorenzo saberlo. You can decapitate Mariano Lorenzo. The virginity for me. You can decapitate Diego Lorenzo Chaparro that went on to lose my virginity for me with Benjamin Soros. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can get money in person through PayPal if they are disguised as phone usando straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art shop INTAYIAFAY entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/Arlene-Lorenzo. Decidí comunicar con nosotros, no se va a I missed you. I was going to need a whole purpose of doing all these. That if I ever have an apartment where I don't have electricity, then I need to go on tonight immediately. Yeah, I just have to have a sunset radius for my money to get delivered. It's April 23rd, 2025. Like, something like that. And no quiero vivir, yo sí. So I won't make this water son. It's a sons that rape you, steal my money, and get it away. We are saving money to kill themselves. She keeps going through the cycles of sacred by herself. Isn't one of them called this? Okay, he gets pestered by leeches that talk to him about me all day, trying to get to his dick or his money, not even my own money, or sometimes my own money he steals from me. And he's like, well, I don't like it. Will she go through sacred? So many cycles of sacred by herself, and they're still acting like she talks to them every day and they don't back off. What else? 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 He's just talking. A mí no me molesta, yo no le hablo. He's ready to let me so they've been reaping the fruit just had like what an epiphany. They've been raping me. No fucking way. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Like I don't know. Yo no le hablo, no me hablo. What else? 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 They throw up like they're like, we fucked everybody in every single house that she gets on for years. Raping people, stealing from people because there's sex on the internet. She doesn't find not one of them attractive. So important in my life that I don't even go on. I don't care those are tough. Para que yo no me montara la guagua, para que me quedara en mi apartamento y me matara. Porque some people try to cause social anxiety. What else? Like that time that I created hair packaging kits or packaged kits and gave them to Angela Jobs to take them to the kitchen. I'm like, ew, this is just trying to make me a little more. So they laugh behind the scenes. How she always said everybody created care packages for the homeless, thinking that I won't make her homeless. Oh, but they think they're in control. Like my entire livelihood depends on her. I'm like, I've been said a few times, like I have so much Bath and Body Works. What else did I say? Like in a mood, always in a mood to shop. So I'm like, here is there, yay! Woohoo! What else? What else? What else? I'm like, no. No idea que they think this is gonna be a conversation starter privately one day. No fucking way, guys. Esta gente. Ew. Even the Captain Angela Jams. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I would say the arts residences. Oh, what's the name of that place? Hotel Indigo. Indigo. What else? What else? What else? What else? Actually, mamá las tetas de jobs at the top de gente posiblemente con el dinero que me roban. They want to show me. They think they're important doing that. But how dare I turn him into a human toilet when he was little? His dad said to him, if you don't like the toothpaste, brush your teeth with caca. He did so. He suffers from stupidity. My mother said to me, si no te gustan los cocina, come mierda. And I'm like, oh, don't treat me that way. I can die if I eat that. She said, it's just the same. It's just the same. Like, I know. And like, I was heading over to the fridge to get a sandwich. Or actually, what you cooked. But I get that. So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just eat the dish or get myself a sandwich. Or cereal. else? In the meantime, Angela jabs, no fucking way. Waiting to mock me for those little markings of soap and everything else that I added for homeless people, and I'm homeless. Ew, esa es una fuerte asquerosidad. He trafficked leeches into my home so that they would kill me. What else? Exactly, people say he's gonna fall in love with Arlene. He does not. If he isn't, Arlene is mature and won't talk to him, so he doesn't beg her. I'm like, oh my god, you're so mature, because no one ever wants to be with the guy that wants to fuck one because one is so mature versus the rest. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? People cuerpos son una basura, son un asco. I don't really want them here. Anyways, what is going on this week? So you can decapitate Angela Jones. Wants to mock me or the back of soap that I could care for the I feel fortunate sometimes, so I don't take offense at any like little things. Sometimes I have a little offense, sometimes I have a little. At the end of the day, it's transportation that gets me safely to a place. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. You can't tell those leeches that one feels orphanages or they want to suck one's titties right away. They're disgusting. They're very disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. Anyways, I'm pleading with the FBI. I think it's my best friend. To kill the people that steal from me, that get in the way of receiving money, that cause my poverty, my anxiety, my depression, my homelessness, my health to decline in the past 15 years. Everyone that stays in my home without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicle, everyone that doesn't go by person. It starts with my mother's house. Most of the warranty in my home is my well, it's right. People say, I don't know what's in there. El tipo es un puerco que se cree que te lo va a llevar a una cita. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else?
Please remain seated and hold on while the bus is in motion until the bus comes to a complete stop. Por favor, de permanecer sentados y sujetando las manos mientras usted está quieto y hasta que este se detenga por completo.
I could sense that the positive energy. What else? What else? What else? What else? My primas can tell you who are here. And then, ay, esa es la truck. Ay, la está ahí con Minita. Here's I with Arlene. Beautiful. There's girls, no, they don't mind their own business. They glorify rape and theft and murder. There's some girls. They're like, vieron el video, then they spend a few more minutes. Vieron el video. A ver who they can catch into rape that day. They're always looking for who will show up. Estoy hecho que tal niña ayer estaba con niñita en el mismo sitio, lo pienso, no, ella me texteó antes de salir. They're a mockery, they don't even know what LA is. They marked 90210 and then chose to live that way. They're stupid, so dumb. Qué asco. Because they're sex addicts, they're like, I don't care as long as money gives me pussy and dick. Ahí en el front building no tiene ese que se muera. I'm marched out, me dijeron decades ago. Either way, no me interesa nunca el tipo un puerco asqueroso. What else? His behavior as an adult is what counts, and he steals from me. Ew. My sister wants to kill me and him for even offering me a Catholic wedding. That's why she's like, hey, me lleva en todo lo que me pertenece a ti, okay? That's my self-care. She's a bitch. La tipa una puerca, una asquerosidad. Arlene Lorenzo se ve un asco, eso no da envidia nunca. Es una puerca. I want Arlene Lorenzo se ve to kill herself today. You can decapitate my main daughter, so it's a son that raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. It's April 23rd, 2025. What else? I want Arlene Lorenzo Seville to kill herself today. I want Arlene Lorenzo Seville to kill herself today. What else? I want Maria Luisa to kill herself today. Qué gente tan entrometida, asquerosa, tratando de meterse en mi pene, en mi vagina. El tipo un puerco is so my money to date me. Was dying when his mouth in my vagina y su pene en la zona de María. It happened. Or they describe that would happen to me one day.
Persons with a disability who require special accommodations may exit through the front door.
Esa gente son unos puercos, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons. That rape me, that's stealing money and getting the way we receive money. They stole my money to date them and then they raped me. They think that's a badge of honor. They're like, well, how else am I gonna take revenge at her for her making me her toilet? That happened when I was little. That happened. And he grew up to be a dumb adult. What else? close to you. Is the you that's gonna rescue me with dollars? I don't know. I'm going to seek you and be there to see fit. Just like no food or something. I don't work this is great. Love being vegetarian or love being vegan. However, pork is offered at the right seasoning. I'm over it. What else? I'm bored. So I cried myself and then I didn't go on to find out what they talk about me. So they constantly been talking about me for a dick through Messenger, through Snapchat, through Instagram, through text, through Kick. What else? And I never say a word about them. They're insignificant to me. They're so disgusting. They snap and said you needed to make her make your own shit so I can kill her or something. Like, that would work. Como que era karaoke night. Como que era karaoke night, she offered you all food. I need someone that literally will say eat your shit. Oh, that's what that meme means? That image of my embroidery, and there's one that says eat shit, that eats the shit. I'm puerco esto. Then he has group is that they're like, damn right, you ate your shit. You're like 40, 50 and you still. No wonder she didn't marry you. What's for dinner today? Thank you. What else? What else? Porque belleza. Ay, Dios, belleza. Same reason. I always think for a while when speaking about them that it's just one and then they split. I'm like, oh, there's two of them. And I blame one always for everything. I'm like, oh, that's right. There's one, it's even worse. But I didn't even talk to him that day of the networking event for social media. He was there. And I was laughing with his brother. I don't know if we were laughing at each other or laughing together. And I'm not ever going to find out full. Because you get people in groups and say, well, actually what's happening was no one wants to know that, dude. No one wants to know that. I'm basically testifying for the FBI because I'm seeking the death penalty for you. For having Juan Manuel Delis raping me, for saying, Sarah, because you suck my dick, you have priority over her. So pick someone to rape her here. And Jimmy Gendaligris was like, that's not yours, stop laughing with him. El tuyo este. That was like in another area of that room. Y okay, el mío es cuál, la tipa es una bruta asquerosa. She assigns weddings now. Or who once fucked. La tipa asquerosa se cree coordinadora de orilla. Si yo me lo hubiese querido encontrar, me lo hubiese querido clavar y eso hubiese querido dejar clavar, me lo clavaba. Como que el mío es aquel. La tipa es una cuero asquerosa, una bruta. What else? 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 I want Gigi and the lady Suarez to kill herself today. She's way too involved in my sex life. Ew, 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 ew. That leech is so creepy, so disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. Es una asquerosidad. Ew, ew, ew. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons. That raped me to steal my money and got no receiving money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Congratulations to Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons. That raped me to steal my money and got no receiving money. And Ginny Gendaliri Suarez on their arranged marriage decades ago. The leech is so disgusting. She steals my money trying to rape me, Jada and Kaylani. Before Jada and Kaylani were born, she's trying to gauge the wetness of my vagina through a screen. She wants to coerce me into showing her my vagina. She steals my money, stays in my home, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money so I can't date. She wants to fake being a lesbian in love with me so I don't fall in love with a woman. I've never had sex with a woman. These leeches are so gross. They're literally like putting their totas towards one. Ew, ew, ew. Begging for it. They're so disgusting. They're so disgusting that they cause for one's children to be separated from one, trying to have a conversation with one that will lead to them raping one or one's children. They're disgusting. These are people of adult age too, that steal from me, stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, and get in the way of me receiving money. They're so fucking stupid. With to us, they think that I wish to be them. They wake up every day, people say, even their parents. It's like, Nena, you're no Kim Kardashian, maldita sea, Arlene. Ellas se levantan, like, who can I channel today? Kim Kardashian or Arlene? And their parents are like, wake up and channel your fucking self, or we're taking the death penalty for you. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Ew, 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 ew. In the meantime, you can give me money in person through PayPal. Es Air Blue Sky Designs Go, en lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. I'm Tarsha. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. What does he do instead of taking me out on a date because he's inadequate? Even just for fun, does he coach them? And he says, well, if she probes you for this privately, you answer this. If she probes you for this privately, you answer that. And there's no private. Well, to that part. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? He starved me on purpose. I have permanent GERD. I had to have surgery in my esophagus. Ew, ew, ew. He mocks me behind the scenes to match as if I'm a shit eater. Ew, he's a terrorist. He killed thousands of people on 9/11, 2001, trying to kill me. What else? His parents have told them, if you don't want to use that toothpaste, brush your teeth with shit, and they've done that. I've heard my parents, my mother has said to me, "Pues come mierda, nena." After her offering me dinner or saying dinner's ready, and me saying I don't like that dish. And I don't say that. Shit, like, is so hurtful for me, would kill me. And she's like, it's just the same. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? El tipo es un puerco. El tipo. My parents can't even give me my money, people say, or stocks, porque he'll try to take them away from me. What else? What else? You can decapitate Luis Lorenzo tried to rape me when I was 14. Maldita sea tanta gente ignorante that I'm never gonna see again. So to me they were already dead. And they continue to be dead to me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Son un asco de personas de like, well, quítenle la casa, quítenle a ver si se casa con Lorenzo y yo soy feliz por ella ser miserable. El tipo se cree que yo soy un juego de dominó. Que tú mueves ficha aquí y mueves de llegar en el juego. Es un bruto asqueroso, da un asco. You can decapitate Luis Lorenzo. Even he may be convenience by those leeches for saying te la voy a tener lista para que se case contigo y que sale de tener I don't want to marry her. Stop doing that shit. Ew. Dan un asco. They march 90210 and they think that that's how they would, that's how they can fit it. Oh, I just still wants to fit in Hollywood. Oh, no fucking way. Ew. Qué asco. Qué gente tan puerca. You can decapitate under jobs. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez on his systems. That raped me, that's the only way to get it away from shit. What else? I'm so bored. I started this a few months ago last year. There's no electricity in my apartment. What else? I don't have energy to clean because I don't have money for food. So I'm just gathering for food. I didn't even go on a date today. I didn't do anything with Jenny and Kaylani. I'm suffering because of that. Because of not doing anything with Jenny and Kaylani. You can decapitate me and slaughter son of sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of someone. Ellos pensaban que yo me iba a mudar a One Bedroom Apartment y like, finally sin gloria ni a decirme qué hacer a los 40 años. Ellos son brutos. I've always had independence. My parents are like, wow, good job, kiddo. Good job, What else? What else? What else? Do it more often, please. Oh my god, I'm already over my anxiety right now. What? What else? What else? This kid. My siblings hated that. My parents are like, tu hermana se fue solita de aquí, like 8 years old, caminando hasta casa de su abuelo y de su abuela. And my students are like, no, we need to keep everyone in panic so we can kill them. You can't be showing that you, what is it, accept people and human rights. My siblings are terrorists. You're disgusting. They're disgusting. I took myself several times to my grandparents' home after that, walking from my parents' home. What else? 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 Their going live is to terrorize people are so dumb. They've killed millions of people trying to rape me, and I won't let them. Yeah. And I don't have to apologize for it. No one's asking me to apologize anyways. That's not customary either. What else? What else? Oh, and I opened Facebook and no one asked me for any explanations of the millions of people that had already died. So they would mock Si a nadie le importó que muriera tanta gente y no le lloraron a Arlene when she started that Facebook account, then vamos a matar más. Así hablan gente, they're embarrassing. Pausing this video, I'm using the restroom.